AEW Dark is going to be one of those hit or miss shows. So, but here's the thing that I want to say about AEW Dark. I don't think it has to be. I think you could have a genuine situation where this becomes a legitimate second show. And what I like about it is, Marcus, it's all shot before and after AEW Dynamite goes live, which is great. So you have like two shows before, or two matches before and two matches after, and then you splice them together for a secondary show, run for an hour on YouTube. That's fine. But let's be honest, I think if you got in bed with TBS, when at 10:05 on Saturday, or even 6:05 on Saturday, and did a lot of interviews, some segments. You moved them into an actual studio, not that terrible green screen that Tony Schiavone was in front of for the AEW Dark, and you do it that way, where it's both a recap show. You take bits from Being the Elite. You have special interviews, special commentaries, and of course the 4 matches that you film for Dark. You could get 2 hours out of this easily without doing any extra filming. In terms of matches, like all you would need to do is do some extra filming the day of the show. And boom, you show up in one town, you get 2 days worth of TV. Would you want to see something like that for TBS?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I mean, this could be get a lot of momentum behind the name. I mean, this could have been something they could have used since we didn't get, I think, the whole Luchasaurus thing in the first couple weeks, right? We haven't seen them yet. They coming up this upcoming week, but we didn't really get a lot of them. They could use that for that. This could also be a great way for them to set up like a lot of interviews with um a lot of the talent that we haven't really gotten to know a lot because they're not doing a significant amount in terms of character profiles like we used to get back in throwback TNA days.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember that great stuff they used to do talking about AJ Styles and other names. We don't get a whole lot of that. Like we have to kind of rely on like the announce team to do that, and for the most part, that's not enough. Just for the average fan that's just tuning in to AEW or whatever, like they really need to make a point to make a lot of these guys look like something. I think, you look back at a place like Lucha Underground who just had a lot of supernatural elements, but they did something like have this guy show up in the back or something and all of a sudden he's getting jumped and he's kicking ass and stuff. They just made you like really quickly in tune with these new characters, and I think AEW will benefit from using that show, like you said, half of which is the dog matches, and then the other half is like I said, character profile. Because they also want you to do a lot of stuff with following along on like the YouTube being the elite and everything. That's just a lot to catch up with in your spare time that you're not already tuning in for TV. So if this gonna be on TV, you can put this on your schedule. You can get the most out of it doing that.
And I agree completely. Luchasaurus was on this past AEW Dark. He was in the main event with Jungle Boy as well as Marco Stunt and SoCal Uncensored. So they've used him. And this week's AEW Dark will feature Joey Janela versus Kenny Omega in a lights out match. So.
All right.
I mean, just putting it on Saturdays on TBS would bring back that old school, NWA, WCW vibe. And it would allow you, like you said, to better expand on guys like Kip Sabian and Darby Allin. And even for those of you not as familiar with someone like Jimmy Havoc, you would be able to sit down and have conversations and interviews with them. And I'm reminded of the old WCW vignettes, most specifically with Too Cold Scorpio. Do you remember those? Or do you ever see them on YouTube? Because they're the damnedest thing.
See what? What was it?
The Too Cold Scorpio vignettes from like old school WCW in like 92.
No.
So he's walking down with 2 very fine young black women. And he's decked out in the most flamboyantly colored windbreaker attire of the 90s can offer. Remember those like little like parachute pants and like the starter zip up hoodies? They're not even hoodies, they're just zip up windbreakers. And he's walking down like this walkway to a park. And there's these young children, and one of the young ladies with a kid starts singing, Here comes Too Cold Scorpio!" and it breaks out into a '90s dance number with like little like it looked like the opening sequence of Fresh Prince from Bel Air, like with like little like superimposed colorful squiggly lines all over the place. It's terrible, but it's so fantastic.
You look that up.
Oh, you should, because it's mwah. It's in all the worst ways.